GoPro kept shutting off, so I don't know what we have. But anyway, um, just got set up. I'm a little bit late getting in. Had some issues on the way out here, but and then someone ended up setting up in the spot that I wanted to go, so I'm down the road a little bit. I think I'm in a pretty good spot though. Um, there's a trail coming through here on my right side, out of some private onto the public in the CRP, and then there's a trail coming through on my left side, out into a picked bean field. And I'm just kind of sitting in the fence row, so if anything's on either side of me, I should be able to shoot. So that's that. This is my first hunt self-filming, so we'll see how it goes. I'm a little bit nervous to be able to get on the deer and shoot it at the same time, so who knows, but we'll see. I'm really excited to try it, so stay tuned. Well, pretty much as soon as I got set up, I had a doe and a fawn working to my left. They're about 100 yards away when I first saw them. But the angle they were at, I couldn't get my camera around there. They're kind of to the left and behind me. So, and they started walking this way, but I think they caught my scent, which is weird because it's supposed to be a southwest wind. And the way that they caught my scent, it would have had to have been out of the northwest, but it might be swirling down this bottom a little bit. The fawn got it first, and then the doe got really edgy, and she wouldn't come inside probably 60 yards. I'm not sure if I got him on camera or not, but looks like we got about maybe 25 minutes of light left, so we'll see if anything happens, but I was really hoping that would go well. We'll see. Alright, well good morning, happy Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving here. Found my way into a stand, and this is actually the third time shooting this video. The first two times I messed it up, so I thought I was recording it and I wasn't, so anyway, we have more light now, which is good. But hunting a spot for the first time this morning. It's on public land. We'll see what happens. I've never been to this spot before, so there is a creek about 100 yards down the hill from me, and the straw coming up, and then there's cedar trees and bedding areas, and then off to my left. So I'm hoping they're working their way back up from the bottom and from the fields up into their bedding area. We'll see if that's the case. Really excited for today. I saw a couple does last night, and they came in from the wrong side and winded me, so no shots there. And then I saw a couple more right at the end of the night, but nothing there. So anyway, we're in the stand now. Hopefully it's gonna be a good day. I that's the biggest thing about Christianity is it's the only religion that you're not just trying to be morally excellent and earn your way and do enough good deeds to outweigh the bad deeds to earn your way into heaven or whatever. That's not what Christianity is. But every other world religion is about that. Doing enough good works, enough of this, enough of that. There's so many steps. And the good news for us as Christians is that God so loved the world that he sent Jesus into the world to take the punishment we deserve for those sins so that we don't have to. And that we can have everlasting life because of that. And so that is incredible news. Incredible news. Because if we tried to earn our own salvation, we wouldn't be able to do it. And I'm not saying that's an excuse to go, sin all the time. Definitely not. Read your Bible, you'll find out. But it's not that good works earn us anything. So, that's just something I've been thinking about. The biggest misconception when I'm talking to people is, oh, you just gotta be a good person and you're good. Not the case. You believe in Jesus. That's how you get to heaven. He saves you. So, that is incredible news. We're gonna start on here. Hopefully this video actually took this time. Hope everyone's doing good. Talk to you soon. Meh. Alright, well, I am back at the truck now. As you can probably tell from that footage, I'm still working on self-filming. That buck that came through jumped up that doe and started sniffing her, and she was trotting right under the stand, and I had the camera pointed at a good angle, but I couldn't get her stopped until she was out of frame. And I think if I would have moved down to move the camera back to her, I wouldn't have had time for the shot. So she was just out of frame when I shot, which is frustrating. But then she tears back through the frame, so you can kind of see her. You can see the knock floating. I actually climbed down. I didn't do a
a shot right there in the tree stand because I was nervous about the sound, because she sounded like she crashed over the hill and there was other deer still in the area, so I don't want to make a bunch of noise. So snuck out of here. I'm back at the truck. I did go far enough to grab my arrow, which was not that far, just at the top of the hill. So here's what we have. I hit her a little higher than I would have liked, but I think it was an okay shot. Just look at the arrow. I'll see if I can show you guys here. I don't know if that's going to focus or not. So there's bright, bubbly blood, which I understand is a lung shot, and it is not really focusing at all, though. So we'll see. There's a little bit of, tiny bit of gritty stuff on the back of it, and she was a little bit quartered away, so I'd be surprised if I poked through some type of gut shot and then got up into her chest cavity. So I think it was a pretty good shot. I probably shot her close to about an hour ago. I think it was a pretty good shot. I probably shot her close to about an hour ago. Just wanted to give time, because this is public, obviously. So here's the sign right there. Wanted to give time for other hunters to get out of the woods for their morning hunts and stuff, and give her time to kind of settle down. So about an hour, I think I'll peek back in there, see what we can find, and we'll go from there. All right, so I hunted in that oak tree right there, not the dead one, the one to the left of it, that Y in his trunk. I was sitting just below that Y. And then she was over on the other side of that dead oak tree when I shot her. She disappeared over this ridge. So I think I didn't get an exit wound, so I think I'm just going to start at that ridge, because it'll probably take a little bit for blood to come out there. From rewatching the footage, there's a down tree that she ran right past, this down tree. So I'm going to start there. That's the good thing, I guess, about self-filming your hunts, is if you can pick a reference point on the ground, it helps you find them when you get down in the ground and things look different. So we're kind of getting up to it here. This funky looking tree on the ground is right where she ran past, so I'm just going to start the blood trail right there. Right in here somewhere. Oh my, there's a teeny little speck right there. Hopefully there's more. Looks like there's some more. Hopefully there's more than that. Oh, here we go. She must have ran into that tree. Let's head up there and see what we can see. Some good stuff. Looks like she did run into that tree somehow. There's some more in that tree and more back in there. This is more encouraging than that first little speck. You can see the bubbles in that, so I think I did catch some lungs, which is good. I was a little bit nervous that it was too high, but I think it was a pretty good shot. Oh, here we go. There's a bunch up here. Oh, there she is. There she is. All right. Wow, she went right down in that ditch. Looks like she stayed up here for a little bit, and then she went right down in there. Awesome. Awesome. I'm so pumped about this. That's my first deer kind of self-filming. I didn't get the shot. I didn't get the shot on video, which is the part that everyone wants, but that was a challenge though. I'll tell you what, I'm excited to try it again. I'll probably get a muzzleloader tag and then hunt bow. Just hunt it with a bow, just because I like shooting deer with my bow. And try it again, but man, it was work. And I'll say this too, it tests your willpower, because you're like, your fingers are cold and everything's cold, and you're like, do I want to hang this set, then hang the camera arm and set up the camera and hit play every time I see a deer? It's a lot of work. And so I'm a little bit nervous if it's 10 degrees if I'll even want to do that, but we'll see. I'm gonna get this girl up out of the ditch here, so we'll catch you later.